The Republicans are going to war. Let's sound the war drums, man. Let's go crazy. All right, the only problem? They're going to war against each other. Sarah Palin versus John McCain. Their advisors are leaking like a sieve. And they're throwing jabs at one another. They got snipers on the roof. They're like, boom, 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 boom. Okay, taking political pot shots at one another. So this one CNN story alone has a devastating 7 quotes where they go and fight one another. First problem came when Sarah Palin started going off the script. See, she's gone rogue on them. Won't follow her advisors anymore. They told her, for example, don't bring up the $150,000 in dresses that we bought you. Okay, that's a damaging story. Let's try not to bring it up. So what does she do? She lands, gets off the plane. She's like, all right, I want to talk about those clothes that I bought. They're like, in fact, the senior McCain advisor told CNN that those comments were, quote, were not the remarks we sent to her plane. She will not listen to them. And she says, oh, no, that's not what I do. I buy at a consignment store. Oh, okay, and I don't own those. Like, I don't own the lights here. The RNC's paying for them, and I'm not going to keep the clothes. I remember you told us that before the controversy happened, right? Yeah, no. So Sarah Palin lands and says, what? You know what? No, Mimi, I don't own these clothes. No, she addresses it when they told her not to. Several McCain advisors suggested that they have become increasingly frustrated, and I'm quoting CNN here, with what one aide described as Palin going rogue. It's a quote, Palin going rogue. That's awesome. All right, now we go on to a Palin associate. Now, she's going to strike back and says the candidate is simply, quote, trying to bust free of what she believes was a damaging and mismanaged rollout. And the Palin people are saying, if you just let her go to work and do things the way she wanted to and do all these media appearances, everything would have been fine. The McCain people are like, are you kidding? The problem was she went and had too many media appearances, not too little, right? Here we go. McCain sources say Palin has gone off message several times, and they privately wonder whether the incidents were deliberate. They cited an instance when she labeled robocalls irritating, even as the campaign was defending them. And they pointed out that her telling reporters she disagreed with the campaign's decision to pull out of Michigan. So there's 3 separate instances where she is saying what the campaign did is wrong. Second McCain source says she appears to be looking out for herself more than the McCain campaign. Here's another quote. I love this one. You ready for this? She's a diva. She takes no advice from anyone. She does not have any relationships of trust with any of us, her family, or anyone else. Did you hear that? Not only does she not have a relationship of trust with the McCain advisors, they said not even with her own family. Now that's harsh, man. It's not me. It's the McCain people telling CNN. Continue. Also, she's playing for her own future, and this is again a quote from McCain advisors, and sees herself as the next leader of the party. Remember, divas trust only onto themselves as they see themselves as the beginning and end of all wisdom. Man, that is harsh, and I'm not done yet. Here's quote number 5. In response, because now the McCain, like I said, the Palin people are saying, it wasn't us. It was these McCain advisors like Nicole Wallace. Nicole Wallace is one of the top senior aides to McCain, and CNN asked her about it, and she doesn't even bother to go and hide her identity. She says, all right, I'll stay on the record. She sent an email to CNN saying, if people want to throw me under the bus, my personal belief is that the most honorable thing to do is to lie there. So she's saying, look, man, they're throwing me under the bus here. It's obvious. And I'll take it, but it's not pretty, and it shouldn't be done. 2 sources, it gets better and better, one Palin associate and one McCain advisor, defended the decision to keep her media interaction limited after she was picked, both saying flatly that she was not ready and that the missteps could have been a lot worse. Quote, her lack of fundamental understanding of some key issue was dramatic. These are McCain advisors talking about Sarah Palin, their VP pick, okay? With direct knowledge of the process in trying to prepare her. Okay, that advisor, according to CNN, has direct knowledge of the preparations of Palin. The source said, quote, that it was probably the hardest to get her up to speed than any candidate in history. And yet another senior McCain advisor, now this is a totally different one, said, this is what happens when a campaign that's behind. It brings out the worst in people, finger pointing, and scapegoating. So they are all over each other. The McCain people are saying, what do you mean we didn't put you out enough? Man, every time we put you out, you got your ass handed to you. No matter how much we tried to prepare you, we couldn't do it because you're not that bright and you don't know anything. We're trying our best here. And the Palin people are saying, oh, man, oh, if they just let us go, come on, we had him. We had him. It reminds me of a boxer who's been knocked out and who's trying to clear his head, still on the canvas. Going, why'd you stop the fight? Why'd you stop it, man? I had him. I had him. Yeah, I know you did. I know you did, big guy. Now just take a deep breath. We're going to get you to the hospital. Everything's going to be okay, all right? You didn't have him, okay? You were totally clownish and outmatched. And what's great is that they really think she's going to run in 2012. Please run her. Please, okay? Come on, let's do another round. This time do more media interviews. Come on, the Young Turks. It'll be terrific.